captain is. I wonder if that's on our sheet. But either way, RPG, there.
Here we
They're
go
going
again.
For round 2, taking us to the Towers of Doom.
They tried to do the exact same thing yesterday, but it didn't turn out so well for them. So the question is now, Tetcher, RPG seems to have practiced a lot of Towers of Doom. Otherwise, there would be no logical explanation of why they continue to pick it against opponents. Are they going to pick Ana again, though? Are they trying to execute the same strategy again, or are they just going to play a little more normal this time around?
I don't know. I really hope they don't pick the Ana comp again, because it didn't work. If you run it, you've got to at least go double support, I think, if you're running an Ana. For starters, she empowers other supports. For seconds, she can't heal someone if there's someone else in the way. She gets, like, piercing shots way later. So,
You know what else you could go for with an Ana?
Cho'Gall.
Yes, that's exactly what I was getting at.
The one time we really saw Cho'Gall in Open Division, where they would run a Rhaegar, Cho'Gall, Ana bot lane, and have a laner like Leoric just rotate mid-top on Dragonshy, usually.
Yeah, to be honest, a similar strategy could also work here. You know, you have a hero like Leoric, Blaze, Dehaka, any of those strong double soakers with good mobility, and you know, the rest is taken care of by Cho'Gall, the support, and you know, maybe you're gonna get really good time destroying early structures. So let's see. The Maiev is already deployed, and I think on Towers of Doom she's pretty lethal. She can use her Avatar Vengeance to great efficiency. She can use it over walls to go for sneaky flanks. She can use it as an escape tool there as well. And the Zeratul now being picked already as a response to it.
This is how they opened last time. I'm starting to get concerned. If we see a Li Ming, then I am downright frightened.
Yeah, Li Ming Chicken tried to make it work, didn't really turn out that well though. They go for Dehaka. Okay, this is looking a little more standard now. Dehaka is great.
No, this is exactly what they did last time.
Really?
Yeah, because remember, Ron kept missing his silences.
Oh no, you're totally right. But maybe it was all, you know, a mind game. Maybe the A team is now going to expect the Ana and wonky performance picks. Maybe RPG is going to flip it around, flip the switch, and just go for some standard play.
I hope this is my... Oh man, can you imagine if that was the mind games? Just like, okay, so we're going to just put one of our matches in the bin on purpose with like a really recognizable draft, and open the exact same way in future games, and just draft completely different for like the last 2 picks. Just pure mind games.
But then you would basically go -1 yesterday, and if you balance it out with a win, you're going back to 0 because you lost a point yesterday because of it, and you're going to get back a point today, and then in the future it might not work anymore.
It might not, but it also might. It's mind game. Either way, Blaze coming in here along with the Decadent Kane. Blaze, one of the heroes who can deal with Maiev the best, so picking her up makes a lot of sense.
So right now, to be fair, with the exception of Maiev, let's say if RPG really is the crazy team we assume them to be, and they're going for the Ana again, I think with the exception of Maiev, there is really a lot of heroes that, you know, can hard engage on the backline. So if MJ has refined his Ana gameplay and manages to stay even safer, to bring himself in a better position to still be able to heal, I think it might have better chances of working this time. Unless, of course, the A team then goes for, let's say, another aggressive warrior like Muradin, who can jump in like crazy, maybe a stage dive ETC. Like, all those tools are so threatening to an Ana.
Well, here's my thought. Last time RPG had Johanna as their tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
This time I think it should be Muradin. If they are going for the same style, they should just bring out the Muradin. Let's see tank. Yeah, the ETC could be good for some healing, but the Muradin would be a little bit more aggressive and set up single target Jaina Zeratul blow-ups, as opposed to committing to an all AoE, which allows the opponents to turn around.
Yeah. And this is a pretty big tell, actually, by RPG. Banning out the Jaina, although they would have been the first one to actually pick heroes after the second ban phase, and with Jaina being Jaina's most picked hero, yes, it sounds weird, guys, but that's the way it is, they're giving away that they're not going to play their standard, right? They're not going to play their comfort picks, because otherwise that would have been a Jaina lock-in almost guaranteed. It's also so good with the Zeratul. Why should they willingly give up on it?
Jane is on the A team.
Ah, sorry, my mistake then. Then it makes a lot of sense. Then you basically revert everything I just said, and it makes sense. Here we go.
Yeah, just reverse it, and it's completely logical. Yeah. It's all good. So, we are awaiting the next ban from the A team. So I would probably ban out a main tank, I guess. But your opponent's a first pick after you. Okay, Junkrat makes sense. They've seen how well that particular composition works. The Riptire follow up for the Void Prism, and also I believe that's what I suggested instead of Li Ming.
Oh,
there's
come
Li Ming.
on.
And I am scared. There's a Muradin though, so there's taking some advice, and we're probably going to see Ana last. Do they think that the A team just didn't watch their games? Is this what's happening now?
Even Twitch chat probably remembers, right? Because we watched the games yesterday, and Twisher was like, okay, so we're going to have chicken on the Li Ming now. And then I look at the A-team, though, in the webcam. I think they know. They're all smiles and giggles.
At this point, if the A-team have someone who can play it, just pick Ana at this point and just nano boost Maiev. Just maximum metagame here.
Oh
and
boy.
Just play around it. Phoenix though, that's a lot of slows. They've got the Blaze and the Diablo to set up for the Purification Salvo. That's going to be potentially very savage. So now RPG. This is where the mind game can come into effect. If they pick Ana now, this could be problematic. If they pick something else, I don't even know what. If they pick something else, then they might be able to make something happen here. I mean, they could make something happen with Ana, but the statistics show otherwise.
The thing is, I mean, they're clearly banking on a nano-boosted Li Ming or Zeratul, right? That is the big strategy behind it. Like, you empower one of those hyper-carry assassins, and then you try to snowball the team fights with resets and damage from there. But they go for the Uther. They well met it this time, and you know what? I don't hate it. We've seen this combo before work very well for RPG. We actually saw it yesterday, in which an Uther Divine shielded the Zeratul, probably played by Wrong this time again, who's a mechanically super good player, and he continues to just hunt down the enemy squishies without anything for the enemy team to stop it. So I like this variation of this Towers of Doom draft by RPG way more than the Ana shenanigans yesterday.
I think you might be wrong, though. I think it's going to be Sar on the Zeratul again, because as much as I think they should swap that round, Wrong is the dedicated solo laner for the team, so he's probably going to end up being the Dahaka.
Yeah. Although neither did Sa look good on the Zeratul in the past, nor did Wrong have his heyday yesterday on the Dahaka, you know? So let's see. Maybe they can switch it around. Maybe they can turn it up this time. I think the tools, the pieces they've assembled here look way better than yesterday, and maybe this is their time to tie it out 1-1. What about the draft from the A-team, though? How do you like it, Detcher?
Well, it synergizes. It certainly synergizes. They have slows for days, cubes, breaths, and oils. And of course, all of that can be set up inside of Orden's Cage. Yeah, I have no issues with this at all. It's all set up around the Purification Salvo style, and that's probably going to net them a lot of kills.
Yeah, I think the team composition that A-team brought to the table here is very, very strong in synergy, right? They have several slows to make the Phoenix shine. They have Maiev for the combos. But let's see if they can actually pull it off. There are some strong counter tools available for RPG as well, especially the Uther. You know, the Cleanse, the Divine Shield, if anyone gets caught by the Maiev, he can really shut it down single-handedly. But let's introduce the teams once more on the left-hand side. Currently up 1-0 is the A-team with Jaina on the Blaze this time. Olili is playing the Phoenix, Bruisers on the Maiev, Stukov is playing the Deckard, and Uncle G on Diablo. What else?
And on the right-hand side, it's RPG with Chicken on Li Ming, MJ on Uther, Sar on Zeratul, C on Muradin, and Wrong BGG playing the Dahaka.
All right, so Jaina, that tells you how flexible of a player he is, switching over from ranged assassin to, melee flex, going for the bruiser, just like that. Pulling off a Zuyu here, basically.
Yeah, so with very few talents worth mentioning. We will go through I will go over a couple, though. We do actually have the Umbral Bind stacks coming in for Maiev, so feeling pretty confident that she can group people up, which would not be too surprising considering how this particular RPG comp plays together. We have a Q build, Silver Touch coming in for Uther. Muradin. Nice little juke there, dodges away from the triangles and goes the other way instead. Chicken. Waiting out the Umbral Bind before he teleports away, also nicely done. And it's going to be the perfect storm coming in for Muradin.
Yeah, perfect zone for Muradin, you know, increasing the damage slowly but surely, 5 at a time whenever a Stormbolt connects. But the Stormbolts need to connect. That is, of course, the only requirement he will have to meet. Jaina, thankfully taking all the potions left by the Decker, and they get the first blood. That is, A-Team continues to impress and continues to demolish RPG. Well played, and it's Chicken on the Li Ming once again, who doesn't really get the angle he wanted to.
Mobile offense coming in from Olele. Not too relevant here as it affects heroes, and they were mostly attacking structures because everything is dying. Bruiser takes a nice little escape. C just abandons him, lets it go because he can't really chase that. As Sar and Rog moving in here. Can they get the drag? Yes, they can. Sar dropping that damage. They've got the slow coming out here from the Singularity Spike. Need the body blocks. They don't get it. Jada escapes. Also, Jada on the... Vorpal Blade! Nicely done.
That was a really cool move by Sa. It looked a little unlucky there because the oil spill actually slowed down Sa on the Zeratul, so he couldn't continue the body blocks anymore. So that was actually super well played by Jaina. But in the end, as you said, the Vorpal Blade by Zeratul, too much mobility to escape, and that was a beautiful kill in the soul lane. Kills against soul laners always feel particularly rewarding because normally it takes a while for the enemy team to either get someone in that lane or just miss experience as a result.
I just like the kill. It's fancy. Looks fancy. Sar keeps, we keep worrying about Sun. Nice. Burrow dodging the Scroll of Sealing. Wrong. Gets the drag. Can they get him? There's the Beauty of Justice coming in from MJ, allowing him to back up in case Uncle G wanted to turn around.
Yeah, that was a good reaction there. Really good dodge as well by Dehaka, you know, escaping the fangs of Deckard Cain with that Scroll of Sealing. For now, though, Jaina also rotating towards the middle, helping out with wave clearing. And both teams were actually able to get the mercenaries already, but looks like A-Team is having a little bit more pressure on it currently. RPG, sorry, because the red mercenaries are still marching in. But C using the Dwarf Toss at the last moment possible. Olili not really able to seal the deal here.
Uncle G apparently appears to have discovered the liberal use of the Q button and is really making the most of it at this point. With Diablo really nice in the last game and also able to do some crazy aggression in this game as well. Nice dodge once again by Jaina. Remember, Jaina, usually the Razor Assassin player. Last phase, the second half of it, ended up playing the tank player, so I guess this is the only logical conclusion.
Yeah, there's still a role he hasn't played yet, and that was the blow-up combo they were looking for. Every ability hit, especially Li Ming, just going for the jackpot, and they get the kill on Maiev, who had used the vault a little early there, in my opinion. And also the Avatar Vengeance was not really used in the most unpredictable of directions. So as such, an easy pickup for RPG. They're actually taking a little bit of a lead here in terms of experience, but they weren't able to establish Ultra controls. So HP lead for A-Team, although it's a small one, and RPG is taking a small experience lead.
Zar gets revealed. Nice little vision gain there by Jaina. C interrupting the rotations of Uncle G here. Like you said, so far this is not looking too bad for RPG, but there's a long way to go here. With the diabolical momentum coming in for Diablo, so little bit of extra charges coming in the late game. Not going for any kind of extra attack speed like you can get with Diablo. That would be a little risky.
Yeah, I think Diabolical Momentum makes a lot of sense because Uncle G, he continues to be that CC machine, you know, that locks down heroes like the Li Ming or the Zeratul. The more you have your Overpower and your Shadow Charge ready, the more you can actually mess with those heroes. Now, after checking the top mercenary camp, I like the response coming in from RPG. When your opponents are focusing on the top half of the map, you can get value elsewhere on the bottom. There goes Bruiser getting a nice double tether. Can they focus on Uther? But focusing Uther is always like a double-edged sword, you know? On the one hand, you kill the support, but yes, Uther is still going to linger in his Holy Spirit form and continues to heal everybody else.
Also, Uther was able to escape there thanks to the Pursuit of Justice. Nicely done. Nice. That was quite the cool animation interaction to see them already getting stunned and then having the Dwarf Toss animation go off without him jumping as it was interrupted. Sar comes in, gets a cleave. Not that much damage though. You can see how little damage Uncle G took as he was just short of being full on souls. Now he is full on souls as both these teams begin to posture around this bottom altar.
Okay, C is keeping Diablo at bay here. Chicken taking a little bit of poke damage from the Blaze. The more poke damage you have against an Uther, the better your chances are going to be of actually making him go, out of mana. And most importantly, not having cooldowns ready to keep everybody in check. And look at that. They're positioning so well here. Diablo shutting down all the exits. Jaina doing the same thing on the Blaze. And there was just no opening for RPG to really make a team fight work. I think they're just going to wait for the level 10s where they get access to stuff like VP, the Void Prison. We're going to have Li Ming also being able to have an extra ability to get her combos up and rolling. So let's see how that's going to work out for them. On the flip side, though, Tetra, I think level 10 is also going to mark a significant power spike for the A-team.
I would agree. Well, as we said before, during the draft, this is where they're going to get their Purification Salvo combo. So you are completely correct here, whereas on the side of RPG, though, they're also going to have not so much a wombo combo, but they're certainly going to have a bit more control. The Divine Shield on that Zeratul is going to give them so much extra damage output. VP sets up for a lot of control in terms of fights, splitting people up and going for different targets. MD barely able to dodge the scroll of ceiling, and we are seeing the Avatar coming in from C. No sneaky haymakers.
No sneaky haymakers, indeed. He did go for it the last time we saw him play the Muradin. It was in Sky Temple. The haymaker did him good once when he was able to secure a boss with it, but for the rest of the game, it looked rather unimpactful. So I like that C is now sticking with the traditional route of building Muradin. Here we see, stay a while and listen. Maiev hasn't decided yet. Purification, Salvo, and Lightning Breath, no big surprise here. And the Warden's Cage. And this is basically where they can finally set up their wombo combo. Big AoE damage can definitely be achieved here, and 2 altars are spawning, so this is now a little more advantageous for RPG because they no longer have to just commit to 1 altar. They're definitely going to be able to snatch 1 if they play correctly.
Yes, they will, and they're going to attempt to grab the top one. Unfortunately, this is the one where they're going to end up pincered. This is where it's going to become a problem. Instead, they're going to isolate Blaze and see if they can kill him off to give themselves a chance here. Phoenix, though, ends up being the target as he dies forward to try and help out the Blaze here. Forced to teleport backwards as he's dropped especially low. The same one, and listen, the only thing keeping Olele alive as C is able to dance back. Sar, though, also drops low.
Good healing, good supporting so far by Stukov, dropping those potions near Olele on the Phoenix just when he needed those. And all of a sudden, no RPG heroics were used with the exception of isolation, so they still have a lot of tools, but the same can be said about the A-team. Both teams being very patient when it comes to going all in, but this could be the escalation, the engagement that the A-team was looking for.
They're continuing to move forward, looking for their chance to try and grab someone, but RPG holding themselves in this area. They really do want to contest this. In the meantime, Maiev was trying to sneak bot there, but it's been avoided. Here comes the salvo. Chicken dropped very low, but he was just out the slow, so he's able to keep himself alive, and Ron was able to burrow out the way of most of it. Maiev, once again, go for the channel. Zeratul has to come up and help his team with this. Void Prisms to buy himself some time. That's a cool animation. As Maiev sneaks at the bottom. Also, good Divine Shield trying to pull the Diablo into tower range, but it's not enough. Maiev comes forward, gets the tether onto C, but it's not enough for a kill.
It's not enough, and guess what? Maiev Bruiser wasn't even part of this team fight for the most part. He was busy channeling the bottom altar, and RPG, they really tried to make something happen here. Wrong on the Dahaka, absorbed so much damage, so many abilities. He's now trying to get the Deckard from behind. C is following up, and that could be the kill for them to open up this team fight.
The isolation is good, but the silence has expired, which means Stukov's getting the heals. In comes Sar from behind. He will not get the sniper on Stukov. The potion is too good. Morphle Blade coming in as Sar tries to commit, but he can't do it. Bruiser coming back in, and Stukov with more heals once again, with just enough mana to do so. And now they commit for C. Dwarf Joss is there. The slow coming in from Olele, but it's not enough again for a kill.
Stukov on that Deckard, he was baiting those plays, right? He was barely still having any mana left here. He almost was completely low on potions, but he managed to squeeze out the last drops he had there. And we take another look at that. The engage was brilliant. It was superb by RPG, you know. Wrong there, coming in from the exact right angle. And there I thought it was the kill, but Sa actually being forced to blink out there early. He could not continue the assault because otherwise he would have risked his own life. So just a millimeter of health bar left for the Stukov, but that was enough for him to survive.
And with that surviving, the A-team are still in control, 20 to 36 on the core. They begin to put pressure onto bot lane. C eating another set of hits. It's mobile offense. You can see Olele using the rapid fire here, trying to chase C down and just burn him over time. Not enough though, as the sappers do pop. Olele dodges a Stormbolt. This will allow him to teleport out. There's the sleep, and Lightning Breath just wakes him up. A little bit of a hot blanket there, as Sar is pretty healthy, actually. Void Prisms onto the Phoenix. They're able to take down Diablo, who does have full souls. Quick charge with the blades, gets the stun. Warden's Cage coming in. Divine Shield onto Chicken, keeping him alive, but Uther gets taken out.
Yeah, and this was every Maiev player's dream. You have a Warden's Cage with the entire enemy team inside, and then you tether, and then you reset, and you get the kill. Although it was only Uther, it was still a good pickup. And Diablo, you know, sacrificing him or trading him in response or as a result was pretty okay. I mean, Uncle G, he will be back here. He will be able to collect more souls. And due to the fact that he... Oh, no, he didn't actually go for... Oh, yes, he went for the souls on his W. So that is definitely going to help him out to become tanky and big again.
See, playing very bravely here, hoping no one would check that bush, but they did. He's Muradin, though, able to leap away. Oh, nice bolt of the Wardens by Bruiser. Wrong, not able to land that tongue. Chicken pings in a couple test shots, see if he can find anyone. Zeratul, not here for this. Neither is Chicken, actually. They teleport away and go to clear mid quickly.
Yeah, and the big problem here now for Uncle G is that he was only able to get a couple of souls in there. C on the flip side, though, dropping very low. The root is good. No avatar available, and he drops very, very low in health. Needs to be super careful. Second wind is kicking in, though. His self-sustain is absolutely outstanding. Just needs to wait a couple more seconds, but no, he gets caught again.
Strong comes in from behind once again, trying to go for Stukov. This is his second attempt at this. But again, Stukov attacking through. Saw able to avoid the Umbral Bind and teleport away. He's currently alive. Sleep and the Purification Sambo not well womboed this time. Lightning Breath a little bit too slow, as Wrong is in the backline trying to get Stukov for the third time and failing for the third time as the team protects Stukov and Dahaka goes down.
Third time's the charm, just didn't work out for Rung this time, you know. I really like the efforts by some of the team members on RPG, but it doesn't look very coordinatedly, does it? You know, they have some people trying to take care of the Decker Kane. They have some people who are just brawling in the front line. But it's really hard for them, in my opinion, to actually find a unified attempt, a unified assault here. And look at that, no VP was actually used there by Sa. He was pressured the entire time by the likes of A-Team. So they just really need to find a clean engage, you know, VP, then follow up with the combos. Otherwise, I don't think they have enough damage to actually get anything done, especially not against Stukov on the Decker.
All right, another attempt to kill Olele here. They've already managed it. They already managed to kill Diablo once. Olele backing up. Stukov runs into the Void Prism to buy himself some time. Very sensible. Gets in the bunker, keeping himself alive even longer. This Stukov is just invincible. I want to say this Stukov, I mean this Deckard. As the charge comes in, stacks complete. Here's the stay one, and listen, gets the kill. And Dahaka is completely isolated. He goes down as well. And seriously, Stukov on this Deckard is invincible.
He just refuses to die team fight after team fight. The old man is continuing to tell his stories about how he managed to stay alive in all those team fights. I think at this point it's actually stay alive and listen. Just absolutely amazing. And there's so many defensive tools. Actually, the Void Prison here helping out to keep him alive on, you know.
Yeah. They're going to show to sleep. Please show to sleep. It's so good. It's so good. At this point, he's just laying down smack poetry on them as they just get completely wrecked. I love it. So well played.
Oh, boy. Oh boy, 16 is not even here for RPG, and yet they continue to brawl, they continue to skirmish. It is Sa on the Zeratul who gets taken out once again, and I think, cheeky play.
Okay, well, they needed shots. They needed something. It's only 3, but they're still able to get, actually it's 4, actually it's 6, because they also grabbed bot. So they got something.
So the thing is, like, a lot of you guys are probably going to wonder, why did Uther use his Divine Shield? Isn't that a long cooldown that he just wasted? Well, not necessarily, you know. They just lost Stukov, so there was no way for them to actually, you know, contest this in the traditional sense. So until Stukov has respawned and until more altars are going to respawn and, you know, the boss is going to be back, Divine Shield is going to be up again, so I actually love this little play here that MJ made, because he's going to make sure that they at least stop the bleeding a little bit. They still maintain relatively healthy 7 HP on the core. While that is nowhere near ideal, it still is way better than, let's say, go down to 3-2 health.
Bell Tower being focused, Sappers, all 3 make it on, but Bronx tearing up the minion wave, trying to make sure that this does not go down. The rest of RPG Also showing up from below here. They're actually on even levels here, so they might try and make a play. Void Prism is up, but Divine Shield isn't. So it looks like they might try and dance around this.
All right, here we go. What is RPG able to do here? Mercenaries are currently the only mercenaries, or the only objectives available on the map here. Sa's already starting to clear those. We don't really see yet how many altars are going to spawn yet. Oh, there's two actually. One on the left-hand side, one on the right-hand side. So this could be very ugly for RPG. Uncle G, though, if they kill him there, that would be such a good start to maybe hold and stabilize.
Sa goes in. There's the Void Present. Oh, mixed up with the Divine Shield. Bit of a miss hit here, but they're still able to blow up Deckard. Finally killing off Stukov on that Deckard as they get the drag. Olele also takes a lot of damage. Salvo and denied by the Burrow. Chicken very nearly takes a lot of damage. They kill off Phoenix as well. And Jada is low. Sa's going way too deep. He gets out though. A Diablo goes down again.
Is this the start of a comeback, Thatcher? We've seen this many a time on Towers of Doom when a team was with their backs against the wall and then they make these aggressive Hail Mary plays, and Chicken in particular, and that Li Ming finally found the opening, finally found the resets he was looking for all game long. Beautiful VP, you mentioned it overlapped with the Divine Shield a little bit, but as long as you get the kills out of it and the Li Ming resets and you keep the enemy team at bay, it was all well done. And now, all of a sudden, 22-7. Now, it's super important. If you've ever played Towers of Doom in Hero League and you were in a similar situation as the A-team is right now, try to regroup. Don't have staggered deaths all the time. Try to retake some of the objectives here, especially the bottom bell tower, and do not let these kills affect your mindset.
Bruiser hovers around the area on that Maiev with Deckard Cain a little bit further behind. It's gone for a full Umbral Bind build, basically. I don't think I've ever seen this particular build coming in from... Actually, no, I have seen this build. I'm being silly.
Yeah.
As Maiev, just looking for all kinds of setup. Meridian's fully stacked on his Stormbolt, by the way, so going to be able to get double stuns and continue to build up that damage.
I had a little bit of a lag there. You too?
No.
Okay, then I'm just going to try to get on the same latency again. I'm currently sitting at 7-8.
I'm 5-5.
Okay.
Diablo goes down.
There goes Diablo. I'm going to try to refresh here real quick. 5-4. There we go. Boom.
That'll do. Sorted. So, we see RPG pushing in. Now that Diablo is dead again, those lack of souls really becoming a problem for Uncle G here. Wrong, though, has maybe done off more than he could chew. Has to use Isolation. Burrows out so we can get some health back. Now pulling back. The bell tower is keeping him alive. If he has Drag off cooldown, no, he does not. He might have been able to try on Jada, but the bunker protected Jada anyway. And that's going to allow the rest of the A-team to potentially try and burn down the objective, but they don't have time. They need to start dealing with this, or this is going to be a huge A-team cut. Nope, they do commit to the bottom bell tower.
Thatcher, I like this call, first of all, by A-team, right? Because there was no way they would have made it in time. At least they take one shot away now, respectively. But that's still a lot of damage hailing down onto the core of the A-team. 12-7 all of a sudden. We've got our game at our hands, ladies and gentlemen. This is much closer than I thought it would be, but the death of Uncle G on the Diablo was exactly what I wanted them to prevent from happening, you know? You can't lose a member shortly before the altars arrive, especially not your main tank, and as a result, your teammates were kind of left hanging, you know? So with those mercenaries, they're already trying to get back the bottom bell tower, and I love the rotations. I love the pressure that RPG is now applying. Want to see, like, the boss cooldown, 30 seconds until that one comes back. And with so much map control and so much distraction in the bottom half of the map, this could actually be a worthwhile investment for RPG to think about.
Hellstorm coming in for Diablo. That is potentially overkill, but we also have Respect the Elderly, so a good chance to set it up thanks to that Deckard level 20 as well, and the extra oil coming in from that bunker from Blaze is going to set up even more for Purification Salvo. It's Jaina hovering around the area. Boss respawning. In the meantime, Dahaka is pushing in the top lane. There's no sappers down here. This is purely about giving Dahaka time to push up top lane and to just keep this bell tower under the control of RPG and hopefully not dying to Diablo.
A really nice prong move here, pincer attack move by RPG, applying pressure in the bottom by defending the bell tower they captured in the past, and also taking down the bottom bell tower to, you know, limit.
Dahaka should tunnel right now. Get out of there.
Yeah. Get out of there. Don't die. So the question is, what is A-Team going to do now? They're going to take 6 shots respectively. So this could be lights out if they let both temples, both altars, excuse me, go through, right? So they need to make something happen here. This is do or die for the A-Team, who were ahead for such a long time. Can they make it happen?
Does he have Wormhole? Zeratul doesn't even bother with Wormhole. He just pushes forward, using that level 16 upgrade and the healing. In the meantime, Maiev is taking huge amounts of damage from the borders into the Spirit Avengers, getting in the bunker to keep himself alive. Here comes the sleep, giving them time. In the meantime, Dahaka gets the channel in the bot lane.
They don't have time.
Having in the mid, interrupt by the Blaze here as they push forward. C trying to zone away, but Jaina is tanking through, buying time. Zeratul coming in, gets stunned down by Blaze, who gets deleted. C with the leap forward. Salvo, though, could be what they need. Huge damage comes out, and that is the A-Team just shredding through the members of RPG. Just C remaining, healing static to save the game here. Uther comes back thanks to redemption, begins healing. The Merton here, it's a 2 versus 4.
Oh my goodness.
They're gonna give up and take the 2 shots to their core.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Lele, he did it with a beautiful lightning breath purification salvo combo that they've been looking for the entire late game. It feels like they pushed back RPG, resulting in a triple kill, basically a quad kill if you count Uther, but he's back to life now thanks to redemption. And A-Team, they stay in the game for now. 6-5. It couldn't get any closer, Tetra. This is insanity.
RPG still have lethal if altars are coming up, but we have a little bit of time. Neither of these teams are vulnerable to the boss. Sappers are a threat for both teams right now. The A-Team grabs some Sappers to try and burn down this bell tower so that they can just remove pressure on the map and spend more time in top lane burning that one down as well.
All right, Tetra, you can already see it on the minimap. Only one altar is going to spawn here, so that's going to be the ultimate zone of contention here. Both teams are really going to try to get this one, but keep in mind, the boss is now available as well, so if you make that rotation in the bottom half of the map and you show yourself to the enemy team, they could try and sneak in a boss as well. While it wouldn't be lethal for either of the teams, with 6 and 5 HP on the core respectively, it would still be a big step towards finishing up the game here. Bruiser, by the way, on that Maiev dealing so much damage, doing so much work, distracting the enemy team there, managed to survive as well. And I can't stress enough how important that fountain was in the middle lane, right? That's the importance of healing fountains. If that one hadn't been available, RPG would have had free reign because A-Team would have had to retreat all the way to the base.
More importantly, I would like to point out here the fact that that top bell tower does not have a lot of health. As such, it forces RPG to react. They have to clear up these sappers, or this could become lethal on their core. Now, once they have done this, they can just rotate down to the objective. And both teams clearing waves. Zeratul's on the way. Might be a tiny bit late, but he's mounted. He's on the way as well. Dahaka in a very sneaky position from way down below, looking for a sneaky wraparound, maybe even a tunnel if he's feeling a little bit saucy.
Dahaka's coming in.
Comes tunneling in from behind. He sees Stukov. Round 4. No, he goes straight for Diablo. Stay on and listen, though. For the delay as they push forward, the salvo and the lightning breath is... The lightning breath interrupted though, so the slow is removed. Really nice here as they move forward. Zeratul with a great cleave, but the damage is interrupted by the bunker, keeping Diablo alive for the time being. Great stun by Blaze, also taking them through as Sar is being focused. Zeratul from the cleave as he goes down, as C is forced to back up. Dahaka taken down from below as well as a 2 for 0. This will likely be an altar going over to the A-Team, but the core of RPG is still alive. They should just try and survive right now. They can't afford to die, because if they die, the boss becomes a threat, and this could be lethal as Chicken drops low in double spirit. As a Lele to survive, they take Chicken down. C will drop here as well eventually. C.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're staggering the deaths a little more.
Tiny bit of health, and they got it. If they are, they can chat. They're not even going to go for the boss. With all of those deaths, RPG aren't. What? They didn't go for the
what? Uther, who?
Go for boss! What are you doing? As they Uther got the channel with Divine Shield. Oh, I missed that. Oh, Uther! Uther, you cheeky boy! MJ, nicely done.
Did he, though? Because his Divine Shield is only on a 20-second cooldown.
I guess he didn't even use the Divine Shield. He just got the channel.
He just got it. I don't believe that was a big misplay by A-Team, just letting it go through.
Redemption value coming out. Oh, my God. Next levels. Good spot, though, with that Divine Shield being on cooldown. Jada pulls back the you see Sappers on their way. If any of those made it in, this boss would have been lethal. So good cleanup by RPG. And guess what, Kendrick? It's going to be 1 health to 2. Prepare for the last objective of the game, and both teams begin targeting bell towers.
And you know what, Tetcher? I think this might be the time for Uther to shine. Like, if any of those RPG heroes gets an early channel and the Divine Shield goes down, they're going to finish it. It's only 1 altar. This is all they need. Okay, these mercenaries could potentially end the game.
All they have to do is to keep 1 bell. They don't even have to keep. They have to keep 1 bell tower alive, so they don't take shots. And then they just have to keep Uther alive.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Uther, please. Just move down, get delay, seek and tank this.
Gonna get through.
Chicken dies, they can tank this. Salvo comes down. Uther, your life is not worth it here. In the meantime, the altar is getting ready to spawn. Where is Dahaka? He can tunnel down there. The lightning breath continues down with the Hellstorm.
The mercenaries, I think they made it through. 2 mercenaries made it through, Tetcher. What is happening?
Wow. I completely missed the mercs. Just, I'm going to be honest, that was a little anticlimactic.
Oh,
my God.
goodness.
They didn't clear the mercs.